media. I chose this topic because I think mobile communications are really taking over as a new digital distribution platform for media content. And more importantly, mobile media are so close and relevant to our lives that it's so relevant to the point that when somebody go to bed or get up, the first thing, the last thing they do is to reach for their cell phones to check if there are unnoticed messages, or to set the alarm clock, or to stop the alarm clock, or to play some bedtime music or the so-called get-up music if that really works. So that is our all mobile media. But when we speak of mobile media, what do we mean exactly? There is no academic consensus on its definition, but when we normally talk about mobile media, we recognize them as platforms, as networks, whether built on hardwares or based on softwares that connect, integrate, and interact with all kinds of information with all age groups of people. Most importantly, mobile media differ from other types of media in that they have to be easily mobile and portable, meaning they have to be able to carry them around with you to go anywhere at any time you like. Here are some examples of mobile media. And in addition to these, on a broader scale, you could even classify, you could even classify books, magazines, newspapers, all those kind of things into the category of mobile media. And the core question revolving around mobile media is that how do they influence our values? The answer, if summarized, given by the academia, is the following 5 dimensions. These are the sources that mobile media exert their influences on our understanding of values. And I'll come back to them later when we talk about some case studies. For now, I want to talk you through a bit of the development of mobile media, how they become what they are today, and what are they anticipated to become in the future. And from now on, I think I'll concern myself only with smartphones. As you can see, they are the most predominant mobile media devices used by mobile media owners. It really all started with, in 1906, I think. It was the year that US first registered for a first patent for a US wireless phone call. And after 100 years, in 2001, Japan introduced its first third-generation technology and its first 3G mobile phone. 10 years ago, by 2012, we have reached 1 trillion registered network devices. And in the United Kingdom alone at that time, there was about over 64% of people who have access to smartphones. And as you can see on this slideshow, mobile media nowadays are the only type of media type that is growing. And on the contrary, TV, internet, radio, print, all the other types of media, in terms of their media time, they're decreasing in terms of their influence, in terms of the contact time we have with these types of media. So of all the forms of media, mobile phone is the most predominant use that we have. And in terms of the usage that we have for businessmen and consumers especially, mobile media have become more and more important in terms of a platform that provides an opportunity for product marketing and financial transactions. But for ordinary users like us, entertainment and communication still remain the main focus and the main activities that we have. Although right now mobile media do not have the biggest impact on our purchasing decisions, but it is anticipated that in 2017, the market of mobile media will be bigger than that of any other media combined altogether. And in 2020, we will officially enter the stage, the generation of digital business, when we transact, when we deal with our transactions all on our mobile phones. And these should not be there, so never mind. And as you can see, that mobile media do have a very huge impact on the world of economics. But I think we as social animals are too easily absorbed into the platform that mobile media provide us with. So I think it is worthwhile for us to take some time to pull back a little bit from our attachment to these devices, ask ourselves, am I really influenced by that? And how am I influenced? And is that influence good or bad? The answer to the first question is obviously very evident, that we are really influenced by mobile media. And in Japan, these pictures are taken from a movie called Kokohaku. And this part of the movie was adapted from a real life story. In Japan, in this junior high school, in this class, person A, as named by newspapers, was the victim of school bullying. So one day, everybody in the class received a text message that listed everybody's name and how many times each person had bullied that person A. It turned out to be a competition. People started to update their records. And this mobile technology has provided them with such a convenient platform for them to exchange information. It was so rapidly available and was so easy to hide from teachers. Parents didn't find out, teachers didn't find out until later. And for those who didn't want to bully person A in the first place, they start to feel indifferent. Because imagine for yourself, you receive such text messages every day about this kind of stuff. You will be more or less affected to feel that this may be actually a common practice in our daily lives. And in the end, such large-scale bullying like this did turn out to be a daily practice in that class. And for most of the students in that class, they turn ignorant and they turn indifferent to that issue. But why mobile media are particularly highlighted here? I think there are two reasons. On one hand, mobile media, mobile phones, we carry them around with us to go anywhere and anytime. It's in our hands, in our pockets, in our backpacks. It's so easy for us to reach them. It is such a convenient platform for us to communicate information. And that is one of the 5 dimensions at the earlier slides that I have showed you. It is one of the portability function of the mobile media that has enabled us to see and to abuse this power for these different effects. On the other hand, despite the use of mobile media being so public, it could also be very easy to be kept private. And not to mention that these mobile media are faster, are more effective, are very personalized, and people get attracted to that. In this case, this vast and penetrating information hub created by this mobile media has infiltrated into their lives, and they're changing their ethical values little by little in such a way that justifies an unethical act by legitimizing its normality and increasing its frequency. And those shall be there as well. So in addition to ethical values, I also want to talk about the influence of media on our social values. Obviously, do have a connection there. And I think some of us here might have received more Happy New Year or Merry Christmas from cell phones than from friends in a face-to-face conversation. For us, the era of mobile media, the inclusion and the addition of emoticons in all these phone apps, such as WhatsApp and WeChat, have enabled us to easily send messages to each other without having the trouble to come up with something ingenious. And that is so efficient and effective that we have turned our faces to all these very effective mobile media platform information communication technologies. So how do mobile media influence our social values in this case? Before answering that question, we have to recognize that it is our understanding of the social values, that our experience of the social values that are being changed here. But how do they do that? First, by disqualifying the concept of space and time. It is so efficient, and it's right there in front of you, about 30 centimeters away, so that you could text and you could call anywhere you want. And this is the second reason why mobile media can influence us. It influences by accentuating the importance of mobility and portability. You could really go anywhere you like, and you could still reach your friends. And in this way, this pulls you closer to your friend circle. But is that really a good thing for us? As we know, there are a lot of good and bad aspects about mobile media. And the Professor Anderson from University of Technology, Sydney, right? And he summarized the contradictory functions of mobile media as the paradoxes in mobile media. These paradoxes are our first-hand experiences of these mobile media, and it's where we derive our new understanding of the social and ethical values. So firstly, mobile media is both liberating and leashed. It is liberating because it is able to move anywhere within the range of one's telecommunication service provider, while retaining the capacities as a location device, as a communication device, as a map, as anything you want. It is leashed because it connects you with the rest of the world. Other people can find you whenever they want. In this instance, you are locked together with the rest of the world. Secondly, mobile media enable our users to be both distant and close. In terms of the distance, mobility in communication enables us to reach people from a very far distance in 1 second, in less than 1 second. But also in such a way, it deprives us of the intention to approach those who are close to us. This creates a false impression that my friends, my families, they're all in my cell phone. I can go anywhere and still find them. And this leads to our last paradox of the mobile media, that it is both public and private. It is public as long as you are in a social sphere that is also shared by other strangers. Yet it is also private in terms of the terms of the settings of the personalization. It is private in terms of your lock screen password. It is private in terms of your wallpaper. It is private in terms of how you use them. So all these good and bad aspects about social media are here to influence our values. But I think that is not the core question. I think the core question is what our attitudes should be towards these influences. How should we as a social animal treat these influences if we eventually find out that they are bad or good to us? And I invite you to consider that question along with me as well.